So today I'm going to go over the military credit card playbook. This is the strategy and credit cards that I use on a day-to-day and yearly basis to maximize the military benefit of SCRA. This is as of February 2026, so the numbers of annual fees or the credits for the credit cards will be as updated as of that day. So what is SCRA? Well, that is Service Members Civil Relief Act. This is a federal law that protects active duty guard/reserve on orders more than 30 days with financial assistance. What this does is credit card companies such as Amex and Chase, etc., go above the law for the military, and they actually waive the annual fees of these very lucrative credit cards. Some banks use the SCRA as well as the MLA, Military Lending Act. End result, that means a zero annual fee for the credit cards that go above the law. So here are some of the banks/credit card issuers that waive annual fees for active duty military or guard/reserve on 30 days or longer orders. American Express, Chase, US Bank, Citi, Capital One, which is kind of the wild card here, which is you have to actually open the credit card before going on active duty or getting the SCRA benefits. So that one is a little bit tricky, but if you do it before going on active duty, they will waive the annual fee for their credit cards. Now going over some of the credit card tips to make sure you're utilizing them in the correct way. Always paying your statement balance in full. If you're carrying a balance, the bank is winning off of you. That's why credit card companies are in business, is when people carry a balance and they're paying the minimum payment and paying interest on their credit cards. Treat credit cards like a debit card. A debit card, it's coming straight from your bank account. If you treat a credit card like that, you only spend the money that you have, you'll be successful with credit cards. Interest can wipe out any of the rewards through travel, lounge access, the credits that you can get for different types of Uber or Lyft. 1 month of interest can erase all of your benefits if you're not smart. Setting up autopay, if you pay your statement balance every month on the same day, no exceptions, you're solid. Missed payments can hurt. This can hurt your credit score, security clearances, or if you want to get a future loan on a car or a house, that can be very difficult if you aren't able to pay your payments on time. Some good versus bad reasons to use a credit card. Flights on leave/pass can be a very good way to use a credit card. One, you are earning points towards future flights. Let's just say you buy 5 flights in this past year and you've made over 25,000 points, which for Amex Portal, that can be a $250 statement credit. That can buy you your next flight home just from buying what you already were going to buy with a debit card. But since you used a credit card, you earned amount of points that can be redeemed for your next flight. Buying hotels on PCS or TDY, you're already going to be reimbursed for the government for those stays. You might as well earn some points. So then next time you want to go on a vacation, you're able to use those points that you earn through your PCS or TDY orders. Groceries, if you're just using a debit card and getting, just buying it and not earning any points, you don't earn any points to go on traveling or staying in free hotels. So getting the Amex Gold, for instance, getting 4x back on groceries, every $100 you get 4 points, which could be you get 4,000 points, could be $4. Gas, phone, internet bills, if you just use your bank account, you're not going to be getting any points off that, and those are obviously monthly occurring bills that you could be getting points for. Some bad things can be buying things that you just cannot afford. A credit card should not be a loan. It should be a debit card. Every time you use it, you should be able to pay it back in full, and there should be no circumstances where you're taking out a $2,500 thing that you can't afford, but you're using a credit card and you think it's like a loan for you. Interest rates, like I said earlier, is what's going to knock you out. Carrying large balances, like I said, don't buy things you cannot pay back in full amount. Flashing it because you want to be cool, just because you have the shiny metal card at dinner, doesn't mean you should pick up the $500 or $1,000 tab. Now getting into more of the intricate things for a credit card. One of the most important things when applying for a credit card is getting your sign up bonus. This is your free points. You're going to be given a spend requirement, which is lower for some of the starter cards, but when you get higher on the Amex Platinum or Chase Sapphire Reserve, your spend categories are going to be a lot higher, but they're going to be a lot more free points that you can earn. Some cards that you have, you're going to have to go in order. For instance, the Amex Green, Amex Gold, Amex Platinum, you must start from the bottom from the Amex Green to get the sign-up bonuses for the Amex Green, Amex Gold, or Amex Platinum. Be careful not to overspend because of these sign-up bonuses. If you do a sign-up bonus for every single credit card, that can add up. I know for the Amex Platinum, it was $6,000 spend, and the Chase Sapphire Reserve is $6,000 spend within like 3 to 4 months, which can be a lot of money. But if you plan it out correctly and you know you have big purchases coming up, you have a travel trip coming up, then you can get to those spend deadlines on a faster basis than, say, you're not doing anything for the next 3 months. You shouldn't be signing up for a big sign-up bonus. Now, this is the order I would start if you are new to credit cards or you're trying to understand the game a little bit more. First, being the Chase Freedom Unlimited. This is a zero annual fee card. Anyone can get it with any credit score pretty much. A very good sign-up bonus. I know currently running right now, if you spend $500, you get $300 back, which is super simple to spend $500 in 3 months just to get $300 back. You're pretty much getting half your money back just for signing up for the card and hitting that spend requirement. The Chase Freedom Flex, another no annual fee card that will give you rotating categories every quarter of 5x spend on those categories. Next being the Chase Sapphire Preferred. This is kind of your big boy or big girl card. Has a lot of travel protections. That's the most important thing about this card, as well as no foreign transaction fees when you're abroad. Amex Gold, like I said earlier about those Amex cards, you want to make sure you're starting from the bottom. I skipped the Amex Green just to go straight to the Amex Gold because the benefits are a heck of a lot better than the Amex Green. And the Amex Green is not necessarily for every single person, but the Amex Gold is because of its spending categories. Next, the Amex Delta Reserve. This is going to be your travel card if you live near a pretty big Delta hub. A lot of military bases are near Delta hubs, so this can be a very good card when you're traveling to have that lounge access, as well as gaining a lot of points for Delta flights. The Amex Platinum, this card has so many benefits and so many coupons when using it. I'll get into it later, but this is a very fun card to use. The Amex Hilton Aspire, this is going to be your travel card. Hotel, you get 1 free night stay at any Hilton, which can be over $1,000 if you pick a super nice resort hotel. Lastly, the Chase Sapphire Reserve. This is the card I most recently got, which is kind of like the Amex Platinum. It has a lot of coupons and a lot of things you can use, which I'll go on later. I will be going over all the credit cards that have an annual fee, but as long as you're on active duty service, that fee will be waived. Like I said, this card, the Chase Sapphire Preferred, is kind of your big boy and big girl grown-up card. No foreign transaction fee, rental car insurance, luggage insurance, trip insurance, as well as a $50 credit hotel, which can cut down on that annual fee, but you're not paying the annual fee, so it's just a free $50. As well as this is one of the better cards to get a welcome offer for. That 80,000 points can be $800, or if you do it smartly, you can use it on hotels, and it can be over a $1,500 travel credit if you do it correctly. The Amex Gold has a ton of perks as well and benefits. The one mostly being it spends 4x categories when you're shopping at the commissary for groceries, as well as 4x on restaurants or fast food. Those points can add up very, very fastly if you're able to use this card when you're eating out or shopping at the commissary. As well as it has $424 worth of credits, $10 at Grubhub, which you can just pick up and get $10 off your meal, Resi, you can buy gift cards semi-annually for $50, and you can use those at your favorite restaurants. You just need to make sure that it's under the Resi umbrella, and you're able to buy a gift card for that restaurant. Dunkin', I preload $7 into my account every single month, so it's a free $7. Uber, this is a use it or lose it credit, so you have to use it within that month of the $10 hitting your Uber account. So that's one thing as well as that you get. And like I mentioned earlier, it's a great point earner for Amex. The Amex Delta Reserve, which I love using because of the Delta Lounge access, as well as the 4 guest passes, which is super duper nice if you're traveling with somebody who doesn't have lounge access. You as well get a companion pass after the first year of it. This is a pretty simple tool that can be used on any flight in the US and in the Virgin Islands. You can buy one ticket and they get the second ticket free as long as you pay the taxes, which are usually under $100. This, you get a Resi credit like the Amex Gold, $20 monthly that you can buy a gift card with, $10 Lyft credit monthly that you have to use within that month, and great travel and baggage coverage. The credits of this are $360 plus that free trip / lounge access. The lounge access, if you travel, let's just say, every couple months, that can be $30 to $50 every time you go to the airport. Just because you have lounge access, you don't have to spend money at the airport on food that isn't very good, but is expensive because of where you're at in your location. But going into the lounge, you're able to eat for free. The Amex Platinum, the grocery list of credits / coupons you can use, which can be very overwhelming, but if you're able to use all of them, this card can be very, very good. First, starting with a $300 Lululemon credit. What I do is I go online and I order a physical gift card for $75 every quarter to my house, and that covers that coupon. The $400 Resi, like I mentioned earlier with the Gold and Reserve, as long as you find a restaurant under that Resi umbrella and buy a gift card, you can get $100 quarterly to that restaurant. The $200 airline credit, I go to United Travel Bank and I'm able to buy 2 $100 credits, which I can use on any future flight that has to be used within the next 5 years. $209 Clear Plus membership, if you want to be able to get to the airport really fast and not have to deal with security lines, this can be a very good credit. The $600 hotel credit, $300 semi-annual. What you can do is you can order or you can book a trip at the beginning of January and at the end of December, and you're able to use that $600 together. Or what I do is I use that $300 semi-annually to go to one of their fine hotel resorts, which you get a $100 credit, free breakfast, and you're able to use that credit on a very nice hotel. The $180 Uber Cash, $15 monthly. This is a use it or lose it credit. $156 Walmart Plus with also Paramount Plus included. $300 digital credit, $25 monthly. I use this on Hulu, the ad-free one. Very nice. Priority Pass. This is for your lounges inside of an airport, as well as getting lounge access into Delta and Centurion lounges, which are a very, very nice exclusive club. The credits that I get from this are $2,345 plus lounge access, making it extremely versatile. The Amex Hilton Aspire. This is one of the good travel cards that you can use to get a free night at any Hilton resort that you would like to go to. That can be over $500 to $1,000 of value if you're able to book the right one, as well as a $200 airline credit. Like I mentioned earlier with the one on the Amex Platinum, you can just buy now a $50 travel bank every quarter, as well as a $400 resort credit. You can use $200 from January to June, and then $200 in July and December, as well as a $100 Conrad / Waldorf resort credit with the 2 nights. This is credits of $500 plus a free night that can be up to $1,000. The Chase Sapphire Reserve. This one is very simple, and it's kind of like the Amex Platinum as well, where it has a laundry list of credits, but these are a little bit easier to use. The $300 travel credit, you can just book a flight with the Chase Sapphire Reserve, and you have $300 of a credit to be used. You can use $150 and then another $150. It does not matter, but a $300 credit. TSA PreCheck. If you have Clear, TSA PreCheck isn't very useful. Go with the Clear credit, but some places don't always have Clear, so TSA PreCheck is nice. $500 hotel credit, $250 semi-annual, so using that semi-annually. $300 dining credit, $150 semi-annually, as well as a $300 StubHub credit, $150 semi-annually. And then this one also comes with Chase Lounge access, as well as bringing two guests with. So that alone brings the credits to $1,520, plus the lounge access at Chase Lounges, which are extremely nice. It can be a great credit when you have guests as well. The biggest advice I can give you is to start today. Build your credit, because as you can see, rounding up through all these credit cards is $5,199 in free credits, not counting a free trip, free hotel night, and lounge access. This doesn't count the points that you earn from those sign-up bonuses as well, or your daily spend on your credit cards that build you points for your free travel, free flights. So my biggest advice is to start with the first credit card that I mentioned, and then working your way down, making sure you're hitting your sign-up bonuses and paying off your cards in full, using them like a debit card. And this strategy can be very lucrative and very, very easy to use as long as you pay your cards back in full. Thank you.